Today on the podium, I've got the Secretary to the Lagos State Government, that is Princess Adenrele Adeniran Ogunsanya. Let's go.
The Podium. The Podium showcases the beauty of this nation in a way to correct the ideas people have about Nigeria, ranging from arts and craft, culture and tourism, fashion, oil, agriculture, events and many more. The Podium is a must-watch. It is entertaining, expository, informative, educative and interactive. The Podium, redefining Nigeria and its beauty.
Welcome back. I've still got the princess in the house. I'm sure some of you will be saying, let's go, and where is she? She's here, and she's here to spill the beans and tell us a lot about herself. What you want to know about her, you'll find out tonight. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Titi.
You're welcome to the podium.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for giving us your time.
Thank you for having me.
Can you introduce yourself to us?
My name is Adenrele Oyetokunbo Adeniran Ogunsanya. I was born here in England, in Manchester to be precise. I went to nursery here for a while, but I started my real primary school in Lagos. I went to a school called, initially I went to Our Lady of Apostles private school. And then later I went to Lagos Anglican Girls' School in Broad Street, which was a very prominent school for Lagosians then. And then I went to Lady of Apostles Secondary School for 9 months, because at that time we had different school years. In England you had like from autumn to summer, and we had January to December.
Yeah.
So I had to go to a secondary school just to while away the time for 9 months. So I went to Our Lady of Apostles in Yaba, and then I later went to England, where I had all my secondary education. And then I went to Paris, to the University of Sorbonne, and then to Unilag. Okay. And then after that, I left Unilag and went to work with Shell Nigeria, which is now Nolchem, and subsequently has become Corn Oil.
Right.
So I worked there for 13 years, then I started doing private things. Then, of course, I can say confidently that I've been in politics practically all my life.
Wow. What did you study in university?
I did French. I did a course called Civilisations Françaises in Paris, and then I did a law course in Lagos State, in Lagos University.
Oh, so you took that after your dad?
Well, my dad wanted me to be a lawyer per se. I keep telling people that I'm not a lawyer. I did law. You
have a law degree.
Yeah, but I didn't do
practice. Your foundation is you came from a very good family, well-known Lagosians. Can you tell us a bit more about your father?
He was a politician. He was a lawyer. He loved his church. He loved his school, old school, King's College. He was a very passionate and man about anything that he did. He was a detribalized Nigerian, as many people know him. He had been in politics practically all his life from his students' days. He was known as Gaius Marcus Politicus at school because he used to write articles about the imperialism at the time. And he's one of those very great men who fought for independence for Nigeria and who participated in us getting independence. He was the first Attorney General of Lagos State, and he was also a national chairman of the NPP.
Okay.
He was an NCNC man all his life. He was known to be consistent, but really and truly what is important is that he was a good father. He must have realized, I've always thought it, through the years, that he realized that I had interest in politics. Okay. And he encouraged me. He didn't do anything to stop He definitely encouraged me. From the time I was about 7 or so, I used to sing. We had a lot of slogans we used to sing at that time. There used to be one particular one that says, Olori Okpe. The AG people will say, and we will say, Lori Okpe, Lakuko Njokokuma.
Wow.
Which means that the one says, that we eat chickens. The other is that the chicken dances on top of the palm tree, which was the symbol of Action Group at the time.
Wow.
And many, many other songs that at the time, there used to be these vans and with big speakers on them. They would put me inside a van and I would sing all over Lagos, all kinds of. I think as my dad got older, I did a lot of errands for him. I would go and deliver speeches for him. He would send me to functions to represent him. He would send me to meetings to represent him. So I started that quite early. It must be a good 35 years ago.
Oh, okay. So this SSG job hasn't just landed on your lap. You actually worked your way up there.
I think this one landed on my lap. And I say that because I think God, God works in mysterious ways, as they say, because I was in another party. And because my father hadn't changed parties, it was very difficult for me to change my party when I was completely disgruntled and unhappy. And it took the death of Funshaw Williams. You remember that Funshaw Williams was killed just before elections. It just was a turning point for me. It's been an interesting time. I went on into AC. I was welcomed well. I feel good within AC. Of course, politics is politics. There are intrigues everywhere. But we had the election. I was content that we beat PDP at the time, because if I had left and then they beat us, but I'd moved to a new party, and that new party won. So that I was content with that. And then this came, and I thank God.